Okay, I'm recording. And I have blue hair. And no, I didn't dye it because I had a mental breakdown. I dyed it because I just wanted some color. I wanted some change with my hair. Brown hair, black hair got boring. Blue it is. I also coach younger kids, so when they saw that I had blue hair, they were so excited, and I was like, yay, blue hair. Yeah, that's a great way to start the intro. I hate intros. I feel like I suck at it. So let's begin. Social medias somewhere linked down below. I will be talking about kind of like my recovery and healing, trauma, God, even like everything that's been changing in my life right now, and kind of just more updates from the last time I posted. A lot has changed, as you can tell by the color of the hair. A lot has changed. Kind of just venting a bit, which is the point of this channel, is to vent. I miss being on here, so I'm glad to be back on here and talking a little bit more what's up. Like, subscribe if you're interested in this type of content, which is just someone being vulnerable and sharing their life experiences about depression, anxiety, sobriety, all of that fun stuff. Not really fun, but it's stuff. I'm Sarai, by the way, just in case I didn't bring up my name. I feel like I never say my name on this channel, and every time people meet me, they're like Shariah, and I'm like, very close. Sarai, that's my name, just in case you're like, how do you say it? Or if you're Hispanic, it's Sarai. So whatever floats your boat, I like either one. So recovery, healing, trauma, all of it is not so easy. These past couple months, I feel like I've been getting tested over and over and over again with the people in my life. I feel like I go through different stages of grief, and I don't like it, but I know I have to go through it. And the amount of times I've cried because people in my life have left, or people who are in my life are showing me that they don't respect my recovery or care that I'm trying to heal, or, you know, it's the same people that tell you need help, go get therapy, and now that you're in it and you're going through all these emotions, now they're just like, you're a complete mess, you're la. And then it's like, wait, I thought you wanted me to get help. I thought you wanted me to go to therapy, and I'm in it and I'm going through it, and you still treat me like crap. So which one is it? Editing me, this part always gets me. Girl is fired up. Oh, like, the healing process isn't gonna be easy. I've been crying so much, but it's part of like letting go of like my trauma, and I'm sharing on Friday nights, which is Celebrate Recovery nights for me, and I get to just cry my eyes out and talk about what's been hurting me, which involves a lot of like family trauma and things I hardly talk about on this channel. And I'm learning to talk about it in therapy and in person with people. So that's kind of like the part of season 2 of being back on this channel, is talking about those things without it affecting me as much as it used to. I knew since the beginning of going to Celebrate Recovery that healing was not going to be easy. It's gonna be brutal. The band-aid's gonna get ripped off, and I'm gonna have a bunch of band-aids ripped off. Just having to trust God through it all and be like, all right, God, I'm hurting. Jesus, take the wheel. You know that song. But, you know, like, for real. And exactly what I said, like, there's people who told me that I needed therapy to get support, get help. And I'm going through it. I'm going through the recovery stages. I'm trying to heal, go to therapy, but they still make me feel small. They make me feel terrible. And it's like all these emotions I'm not used to having, like anger. People in my life make me feel bad for expressing this. And the child in me is hurting, because as a kid, anger came out and I was like, you shouldn't be angry about this. You have no reason to be angry. And my feelings get invalidated, and then I suppress my anger, and then so it's just been a lot. I feel like I'm not bringing this up in this video, so I'll be popping in and out doing this while I'm editing. Yeah, back to the video. So that's kind of like what I'm dealing with right now, and it's pissing me off. I'm surprised I don't have red hair, but I think that's a good thing. Blue hair to keep me cool, keep me calm. As I'm recording, I'm 9 months sober from alcohol, and I'm so proud of myself. I've tried to stay sober many times. Didn't work out. I'm very grateful for God. I know for some that are just like, God who? I don't know him. Bouncing off, click away. And you can. I'm not forcing you to watch my channel and videos and stuff. But this is just my experience, and I'm someone that has a lot of church hurts and backed off from church in the past, and I've just met terrible people through the process of church and stuff. So for the first time ever, I feel like I have the right people in my life from church and stuff, and holding me accountable and keeping me in check and genuinely just caring about me. I'm not used to that. And so they've been really healing my inner child. If you don't know which church I go to Saddleback Church in the Lake Forest location. It's been kind of the place I go all the time. Because of Saddleback, I would not be where I am now with blue hair. The program that I'm in right now is called Celebrate Recovery. More info will be down below or on social media after I post this video. It's given me time to heal, as in cry my eyes out when I remember things that people have done to me. All the hurt, all the things I do because of hurt. So I isolate when things get really bad, when I get really depressed. Panic attacks, anxiety attacks. I haven't had any in a while, so I'm glad. I just feel like there's so many people in my life within the church, from my past, family, that have really made me feel small in this world. And they still do. And so I'm having to like just deal with my emotions for the first time and sober at the same time. And it hasn't been fun. I think lately the emotion that comes out more right now is anger. I'm not liking it, but I know this is what I need to feel. This is a place for me where I can just fall apart and cry, and then there's people supporting me and taking care of me the best they can. Because people in my life who I'm close with are also either in Celebrate Recovery or know what it's like to be hurt. And they're also people as well. And I'm grateful that this church is very honest about being like, hey, I'm a Christian, but I'm not perfect. And I'm like, thank you for your honesty, because I hate, back then in church where, I'm a Christian or Catholic even. I'm Catholic or Christian and they treat you terribly. And I'm like, I don't want this. I'm back editing me. So in this part, I kind of talk about my experience in the church, like in the past. I would say this, as someone that struggled a lot with their mental health in the church, it felt like I was judged for struggling. My parents didn't really respect that I was struggling. I was very honest about it. I should put a disclaimer in the beginning. Like middle school me, entering high school, I did struggle a lot with self-harm, as well as drinking, but I never talked about that with anyone. No one cared. And that's what I've noticed within the church back then, that no one really cared. They said they did, but they didn't. People within the church around this time it was hard to be myself. I felt like I was very introverted, but I didn't have a choice. But they get surprised, like I can be all energetic and then I'm drained at the end. But the church really made me feel very small. It made me feel like my feelings didn't really matter. And it's just saying it from my experience. Like, we even had this program that said you are loved. And I'm like, I don't really feel that, but that's okay. I'll just love other people. And because I know that feeling of not feeling loved, it was easy for me to love other people. Anger around that time, I was very good at suppressing it. It was easy to do, while sadness, depression was just easy to pop up. And so having to like even listen to myself, I'm honestly so grateful for the people I have in my life right now. You know, I still got some church hurts. I still got some things to figure out. But, you know, in the back of my mind, I'm like, one day I'm going to meet someone in a Christian church that's going to treat me poorly. I don't know when, but I hope I don't meet someone soon. I don't want that. I don't want the trauma again. I was raised Catholic. It wasn't that, it was just the people. It was just the church. And it was people putting me in a box that I didn't want to be in. I felt like I didn't really have a choice to be Catholic. I've gone through the communion, confirmation stuff, and then I was done. I was out. But I look back now, I'm like, it was so hard to just be vulnerable. It was very hard to talk about my mental health. Every time I did, someone would be like, I'll tell your brother, I'll tell your sister, I'll tell your mom. Anytime I spoke about what I was struggling with, and I just felt so much shame. I just felt like, you know what, it's better not to tell anyone that I'm struggling. And that was really hard. Recovery and healing, none of this has been easy. But I know that, like, throughout this whole process, like, there's been some good things that came out of it. And so, it's the ups and downs. So, just wanted to bring that up real quick. So, back to the video. It's gonna be a long video. And so I'm grateful for Saddleback, where I can actually meet genuine people who are able to say, I'm not a perfect person, but I'll do my best to be there for you. And I'm like, thank you. That's all I've wanted. Like, if you've seen this whole channel since the beginning, crying in the bathroom floor, always wanting people to be there for me, but people couldn't, because people suck. Like, people just don't want to care anymore. People don't have empathy anymore. For once in my life, there's people in my life that have empathy. Like, and they're in church. I recently just had therapy today too, so like, I feel like I can breathe a little bit, which is nice. I recently got baptized. I did an egg beater. I didn't swim any laps. Chill. That was loud. But before that was happening, so much crap was happening, y'all. I was suffocating. Again, it's people in my life. They're showing their true colors, and it's beating me down. My inner child is hurting and crying, and these people just don't care. And I'm like, I'm trying to heal from the same people that hurt me in the past, and they're still hurting me now. I don't deserve it. I don't need that poop in my life anymore. I'm trying my best also to not cuss anymore, so I'm really trying. I'm a work in progress. And so ever since, like, within my recovery and getting closer to getting baptized, it's just more and more stuff keep happening, and I'm like, I'm so sick of this, but I understand it. I'd rather see this now, so I don't have to carry with this, like, oh, this is so hard not to cuss. Maybe I'll just, bro, I'm trying to record something. It's so loud out there. I can never record a video. Like, bro, I feel like this is my relationship with God and no one else's. I know for myself, so much noise. What is happening? What is happening? This is how life is. Chaos. I'm gonna close my eyes. I hope you can hear me better. Hope, not too loud out there. Yeah, this is my relationship with God and no one else's. I was raised Catholic. I didn't really have a choice. It's my parents' beliefs, not mine. I was just going with the flow. Like, with baptism, I don't remember getting baptized because I was a baby. I didn't have a choice. Confirmation, all that. Like, I went through all that. And then after it, I left the church. Around this time, even, like, my older brother, I'm going to talk about them, was kind of creating chaos at home. So to me, I felt more and more distant from God, because I'm like, why are you putting me in this position? All right, this is gonna be the last time of me popping in here. I brought up a sibling. of mine. I don't normally talk about family on this channel, so I know this season's gonna be a new one of me talking about family because this is where all my trauma started. So brought up my brother. He is very chaotic during this time. I was in middle school, entering high school, and he's gone through his own struggles, and I want to make sure that I don't speak too much about it because it's also his recovery. He's doing really well. He is sober. But during this time, I kind of lived in a very chaotic home environment, and when I went out in public, people didn't know about it. People loved my brother. He can do no wrong, while I lived in my home in fear of, just someone with a lot of anger issues, later on turned into drugs and alcohol. And just, if anyone has ever lived in an environment with an addict, it's brutal. It is hell. Like, the idea of, this is what people go through behind closed doors. And it was very hard for me. And this is something that I've experienced within the church as well. Because people knew my brother and how great he was, I felt like I couldn't talk about what was going on at home because no one would believe me. People saw my brother was such a nice person, such a sweetheart, and I was not seeing that side at home. And, I kept my mouth shut for years. And I'm grateful for therapy because I believe in 2019, when I started going to therapy, it was the first time ever sharing things that I've been through at home. And even to this day, the hard part within recovery and healing is that in the back of my mind, I'm so scared to talk about this because I'm scared no one would believe me. When it's like, why does other people's freaking opinion matter about my traumas? You went through stuff. I've been through chaos throughout my whole life. That's all I know. And so I can go on and on. Again, this is the first video coming back, and I'll be able to break down my church experience in the past, my church hurts, my chaotic home environment, which honestly I'm grateful things are better now. Not the best all the time, but family isn't perfect either. But back then it was just, was something else. There'll be more about this in a different video, different time, but just a sprinkle of what I've gone through is just living a life with an addict who was struggling themselves and having to carry that with you throughout life without saying anything. I kept my mouth shut for years just to keep myself sane. Yeah, that was dark. All right, that's it from me from here. Back to the video. Love you. People do this now. Okay, bye. And so I really I believed that there was a God. To hating him and be like, you know what? Fudge this. No more church for me. I hate this. And it was also straining my relationship with my parents too, because they're like, we're going to church, but if you're not going, we're not going to feed you. And it's like, okay, that's fine. You hardly talk to me either way. So what's the point? So even they were also straining the relationship too, because they were also not helpful with anything for me. They didn't care about my mental health. They still don't. So I was already out of the no more Jesus, no more God for me. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm not going to church. If it's for an event, quinceañera, all of that, a wedding, I'm there. But other than that, I don't have a relationship with God. And so for me, getting baptized was a big deal. Being where I am now, I would not be sober if it wasn't for God and for who he put in my life. I have good people in my life right now, and it's only for the short season. I don't know if, next time they'll be in my life. Right now, I'm just enjoying who's in my life and who's willing to see me. I'm with people who are in this process as well with Celebrate Recovery. I'm with people who get it. I'm with people that aren't going to look at me like, what the heck? And it's and they love God and Jesus and stuff. So it's kind of oh, this is kind of nice. They're honest people. They're people that have went through stuff as well. And so I feel like I can be my honest self and be authentic, which is which is why I'm grateful to be back on this channel, because now I feel like I can be honest with y'all. Like, if you meet me, I can talk about this stuff, which I'm grateful. In the beginning, anything that I posted, I probably would never talk to anyone. I just felt like, wow, I have a platform, I can share, I can talk, and that's it. I'm comfortable enough to be like, I'm hurting, I'm broken, I'm not perfect, here we are. I messed up many times with alcohol because I was hurting, and that's not fair to me, and that's not fair to people around me. I am grateful for the people that have stuck around in my life, that look at me and be like, I'm grateful that you're alive and that you're working on yourself. And I've only found those people within Celebrate Recovery. I've lost people. That's okay. Due to my choices and just life itself. People grow apart. That's normal. That's life. And yeah, like, honestly, grateful for God. Grateful for my support team, support system, Celebrate Recovery, because I would not be where I am now if it wasn't for them. I'm healing. I'm going through recovery. It's not easy, but it's been worth it. I don't think there's part of me that regrets any of this. Like, all the crying sessions, I go to a group on Friday nights, I'm in a thing called the step study. Everything is involving CR, pretty much. Celebrate Recovery is kind of where I'm at. And I'm very honest with it. If you meet people with Celebrate Recovery, it's confidential, anonymity, so anytime I bring up CR, I don't bring up the people in my life. No names on here. For their safety and for their recovery. I'm talking about me, though. This is my channel. This is my recovery and healing. But I'm grateful to be where I'm at. I'm grateful for my church, my pastors. They seem pretty cool. They're really nice. And people that I met along the way. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, listening, and follow me on social media. And any information about Celebrate Recovery will be down in the description box below. And if you follow me on social media, I do post about Celebrate Recovery for myself. So, deuces. Love you.